It's time for America Outdoors Radio. The fast-paced hour of outdoors radio ahead is not only awesome, but unlike those other shows, you can actually sleep in for this one. Better still, we've got a special Pacific Northwest edition for you. You won't find this version of America Outdoors Radio anywhere else, and you'll only hear it here on KRKO AM 1380.
Welcome aboard. We're glad you're with us. We've got a couple of great guests for you today. Bob Loomis is back with Mack's Lure Company to tell you more about their company and their acquisition of a well-known Northern California manufacturer of trout and kokanee gear called Shasta Tackle, and he'll explain why this acquisition really helps you as an angler catch more of these fish. We'll check in with Mike Meseberg at MarDon Resort at Eastern Washington's Potholes Reservoir too, because the bass fishing is getting hot in a hurry, and there's an open tournament you can participate in too, called the Potholes Open. Mike will tell you more about both. But before we go any further, let's tell you what's hot right here in the Northwest, sponsored by your local Sportsman's Warehouse store on Everett Mall Parkway in Everett, where there's going to be an Optics 101 seminar on Monday from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. This is absolutely free, and you'll learn how to select the optics that are right for you during this hands-on seminar. You'll get really valuable information about binoculars, rifle scopes, and spotting scopes, and you'll leave understanding the differences between a $200 optic and a $3,000 optic. Again, that's Monday from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at your local Sportsman's Warehouse store in Everett. Halibut fishing is going to be hot come May in the Strait of Juan de Fuca, but there's only a few fishing days available, and if you want to go out with a charter, good luck with that, because they're all likely sold out. A better bet might be a halibut fishing trip out of Garibaldi on the northwest Oregon coast. From the guide's forecast, we learned there are some openings available with the Garibaldi charter fleet, but you'll want to act fast to snag one. There's going to be limited fishing days from mid-May through mid-June. Heading to the coast, the fishing for surf perch has been great. That's the word from outdoors writer and TV personality Scott Haugen, who talks about this on our sister show this weekend, Northwestern Outdoors Radio. Scott had success using a drop sinker and octopus hooks baited with mole crabs. Checking the fishing reports at northwestfishingreports.com, a poster with the handle of AVS15 was catching rainbows to his heart's desire recently at King County's Lake Desire. In his words, I could go into detail of how I caught the fish, but it's really not necessary as they hit pretty much anything that moved. AVS 15 reported he lost count of how many fish he caught in the first hour, but that the vast majority were in the 9 to 10 inch range, with a couple that were 11 to 12 inches and one that measured out at 13. He also said the dock was crowded in the evening and recommended bringing a small boat if you have one. What else is hot is the promise of catching and keeping sturgeon out of the upper Columbia River. Starting April 29th, you can retain 2 hatchery sturgeon a day between 38 and 72 inches, nose to tail fork in Wanapum and Priest Rapids Reservoir. These hatchery sturgeon were planted there about 15 years ago, and they're ready to take home. Sturgeon caught in these reservoirs don't count towards your annual limit for sturgeon, and you don't have to record them on your catch card. Last but not least, the general turkey season kicks off tomorrow, and today would be a great day to travel to northeast or southeast Washington, where those hot spots are in our state, and try to figure out where those gobblers are roosting tonight, so you can be waiting for them in the morning. Be careful, have fun, and good luck. And now you know what's hot this week right here in the Pacific Northwest.
And with that, let's head to this week's national edition of America Outdoors Radio.
NorthwestFishingReports.com is the Northwest's largest fishing reports website, featuring well over 50,000 fishing reports, videos, articles, and more. All 100% free. Catch more fish with Northwest Fishing Reports. Log on today.
Wetlands are some of the most important ecosystems on Earth. But our wetlands are quickly disappearing. Find out how you can help. Join Ducks Unlimited today.
It's time for another local shot of the outdoors. It's the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio, and you'll only hear it here on Fox Sports 1380 KRKO.
For your next local shot of the outdoors, we're heading to MarDon Resort at Potholes Reservoir to talk to Mike Meseberg. Mike, I know that walleye limits have been coming in the last couple of weeks, but what about the bass fishing out there at the reservoir?
John, we've had a spring with a lot of wind, and we've had a lot of rain, and even in those crummy days, people have been reporting bass at rather an amazing level. We've already seen smallmouth bass over 6 pounds, which is a big fish for this time of year.
Oh, yeah.
And we've also seen largemouth to 7, 8. I was able to go out last weekend, and my 7-year-old grandson, Mason, he caught a 6-pound, 4-ounce largemouth using a chatterbait. That's one of our more popular lures. The water temperature in the sand dunes on Potholes Reservoir was 52.5 degree water, and there's many different areas where fish are being found. We actually were fishing places that I hadn't fished since 1980 on the Potholes Reservoir, and we were catching fish in about 11 different spots, and I was really optimistic when that happened. And then there's an awful lot of new excited bass fishermen that have been coming over here that have really learned how to catch these things. There's been a tremendous amount of over 4-pound largemouth that we've had pictures sent to us, and there's been quite a number of largemouth in the 5 to 6-pound category, which makes it pretty exciting with the Potholes Open Bass Fishing Tournament coming up. So we're real excited to see how the fishing weights come out of that activity, and that'll be the 39th year that MarDon Resort has hosted the Potholes Open Bass Tournament. It's one of our more enjoyable, fun fishing activities for tournament bass fishermen. So we've got good water, we've got a high level of water where you can access anywhere on Potholes Reservoir, and we're just really excited to see how these fishermen fare out during the 39th year we've hosted their bass fishing tournament for the Potholes Bass Club.
All right, folks. Well, if you want to find out more about taking part in the Potholes Open Bass Tournament or just heading to Potholes Reservoir and you're looking for a great place to stay, look no further than MarDonResort.com. That's MarDonResort.com. Mike, thanks for the update.
Thank you, John. Have a great day, sir.
There's a whole bunch more of the great outdoors coming your way on Fox Sports 1380.
Are you an outfitter, sporting goods retailer, boat dealer, or someone else in the outdoors industry? If you are, you know targeted advertising works best, and what would work better than advertising with America Outdoors Radio? Our hour-long show is heard throughout Seattle, Everett, and the East Side every Saturday morning, and your message will be heard there too. Want to find out more? Contact me, John Cruz, through my website at AmericaOutdoorsRadio.com.
Let's get back to the local outdoors scene. It's the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio, heard exclusively here on Fox Sports 1380 KRKO.
It is indeed time for another local shot of the outdoors and for another Mack's Minute with our new sponsor, Mack's Lure Company. With us again this week is Bob Loomis. Bob, last week we talked about the history of Mack's Lure Company. This week, let's talk about the big acquisition of Shasta Tackle out of California that took place a couple of years ago and what that means for Mack's Lure Company and all the customers it has.
Thanks, John. Yeah, we talked about some of the base products that Mack's Lure had originally, and one of our big claims to fame is the Smile Blade. Smile Blade is a slow trolling spinner blade, which works really well early in the season. Well, you just mentioned that we purchased a company called Shasta Tackle. Shasta Tackle has a lot of really good products in their lineup, but their products actually fit really well with ours because most of their stuff is reactionary type products. They have a lot of movement and a lot of attraction, which works really well, midway through the season till the end of the season. So we've got products that work really well early in the year, all the way through the end of the seasons for virtually everything from trout, kokanee, walleye, you name it.
Well, speaking of kokanee, if you take a look at market share between Mack's Lure Company and Shasta Tackle taken together, now under the Mack's umbrella, would it be fair to say that Mack's now has the lion's share of the market here in the Northwest, if not the entire western U.S. when it comes to kokanee lures?
It's pretty good size, yes.
I'm going to say that's fair to say then, folks. And if you want to find out more about all the kokanee products, all the trout products, and more, to include the new ones that were formerly produced by Shasta Tackle Company, go to their website, mackslure.com. That's MACKS lure.com, or just go to your local sporting goods store. Go to the fishing department. You'll find plenty of them there. Thanks again, Bobby.
Thank you.
That wraps up this week's Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio, but we'll be back next Saturday morning from 8 to 9, and we hope you will too, right here on Fox Sports KRKO. The Sling Blade is Mack's Lure Company's latest dodger for you to use. Lance Mers is with us from Mack's Lure Company to tell you more about it. Why are you so excited about the Sling Blade?
Versatility, John. You can bend the Sling Blade and change it from a reactionary bite to a normal bite, and it's got so many possibilities.
Not only that, it comes in different sizes. You can use the Sling Blade for everything from trout and kokanee all the way to ocean-going salmon. It's the Sling Blade. Look for it at mackslure.com.